What's up, everybody? It's Zay here again, man. Back over. Let me get comfortable. Anyway, Zay here. We're gonna be giving you guys our thoughts on Game Two of the NBA Finals between the Boston Celtics and the Dallas Mavericks. Concluded just last night, and so the final score was 105-98. Let's get into it. First and foremost, damn Luca, a 30 point triple double. I mean, man, like he was balling out there in the beginning of the game. Clearly, I was saying this in the first quarter of the game when I was watching it with Kirshner's sister. I was telling her, I said, this looks like how game one should have looked like. Like Dallas came out a lot more hungrier. They came out a lot more aggressive. They started hitting their early shots, and they didn't build they didn't build like a large lead or anything, but they definitely imposed their will from the very beginning. But this was a little bit of a different game. This was the game that everyone saw coming. Everyone saw this game coming. It was the game that the Celtics, who are they've been known for it all season for taking a lot of threes and hitting a lot of threes. We knew what happens when they don't hit it, though, when it matters most. Can they go to something else? Can they have mid-ranges, layups, dunks, and a fantastic defensive presence to protect themselves from just shooting their way out of a finals game? Because that's our biggest concern as Celtics fans is, damn, they're not hitting threes, so they're just going to keep shooting it, right? No. This was the game. I think the Celtics only hit like 6 threes in the entire game. Let me see here. Is that true? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think they only had 10 threes, and one of them was a Peyton Pritchard beyond half court or right within the half court shot, bank off to end the third quarter. But anyways, not get to the third quarter. Let's go through it part by part. But man, like I said, what an impressive game by Luka. I gotta give Luka Doncic his flowers here. I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot of memes and jokes going around that it's like LeBron when he was going against the Warriors and everything. It does look like that a lot. He doesn't have any help. Let's just be honest here. He does not have any help. Luka had 32 points. He had 11 rebounds, and he also had 11 assists. So like I said, he had a 32-point triple-double. He was still a -3, which is very crazy to have, but the reason why is because he had 8 turnovers. And if you have 11 assists but 8 turnovers, it really does tell you that, like, some of those passes, he was making so many passes, or he was trying to get other people involved, but when he noticed that like other people weren't really getting as involved as normal, like they weren't contributing as many points as he thought they would, my goodness, it just becomes a clusterfuck of a day. But anyways, like I said, shout out to Luka. Kyrie, I got no idea what the hell's happening. I'm very shocked. Like I was saying this in the middle of the game, I said I've never seen Kyrie play this bad in my life. I said I've seen him play bad before, but this is like on a big stage, you're not showing up. 16 points. He was a -3. He had 6 assists, so okay. And he had 2 rebounds, so it's like, okay. He hit his free throws. Has not hit a 3 yet in this series. He was 0 for 3 tonight. 0 for 5 in game 1. I'm very shocked by that. I really don't know what's going on with Kyrie Irving. It could be the fans. He was 7 of 18 from the field, and he played 41 minutes. So, I mean, you can really say that you can't really say he was out there doing cardio, but damn near close. I mean, that boy was getting locked up. I'm not even going to hold you. He was getting locked up by Jason. Jason picked his pocket. Drew was messing around with him. I mean, it seemed to the point to where Kyrie would, like, it almost looked like he was making, like, he wasn't making the best decisions. Like sometimes he would want to pass, but then no, he would just take the shot. It sometimes be, and you normally say, what is an ill-advised shot by Kyrie? The man can hit damn near anything. He just missed a lot of shots that he normally hits. Normal bunnies, layups, normal little reverse packages. I feel like he was trying to bring out a lot of what he normally does, but nothing was hitting. There was times when he would just snatch the ball back, then the defender, he's got his space and he hits and he like shoots it, but you think, oh, okay, it's about to go in, he's about to get going, just bounce right off. He was almost shooting too heavy because it would hit the back of the rim and just keep bouncing forward, and that happened way too many times because it would give the Celtics rebounding chances. Let's just address another thing. The Mavs would have put up a even bigger lead in the first half if they just would have hit their free throws. I mean, I think they had missed like 6 free throws at that point. It could be wrong, but it was bad. I'm thinking at the free throw disparity. I mean, Gafford was 1 of 4. Luka was 4 of 8. I mean, you can't miss 4 free throws in an NBA Finals game, especially when your opponent is shooting so bad from three. Speaking of shooting bad, let's go over to the Boston Celtics. Let's address it out the way again. Jason Tatum. Clearly, his shot's not falling. We've seen this before. We saw it in the Philadelphia series when he was 1 for 11 and then woke up out of nowhere in the fourth. We saw it in we've seen it in quite a few series. We've seen it in quite a few series where it's like, damn, my guy, you're just not shooting. Now, this is different though, because in the last couple of years, his playmaking has become far, far better. Like I said in the game one review, he does collapse the defense, and this time they kept doing that, but he would sometimes he was way more aggressive in this game, I feel. Like he was missing some layups. He missed a couple of dunks, which I was like, damn, maybe his legs are just a little bit tired by that point. They were like in the late third and middle of the fourth. He was trying these dunks when they were up by a little bit. But I noticed he really is getting much, much better and much more smooth at just getting other people involved, at just moving the ball around. It's always an extra pass. Like it's a lot. It's so weird because you're so used to seeing like the ISO heavy ball from a lot of players in the league, from a lot of teams in the league. We don't know what to do, just ISO heavy. Jason, he does stop at the top of the key sometimes, but he is realizing, hey, this shot's not falling. I got to keep pushing Gafford out the way to get these rebounds, and I got to get other people involved. So he damn near had a triple. He damn near had a triple double. 16 points. He was 18 points. Excuse me. He was a +6, so still had a positive rating on the court. 9 rebounds, 12 assists. 12 assists, man. I mean that tells you right there how he's playing the game. He knows I don't have to score 30. No one has to score 30 to 35 to 40 points on this team for them to win. They shot terrible from 3, and you still had Tatum with 18. You had White with 18. You had Brown with 21. He was still a minus, by the way. That was crazy. He had 22 in the first game, a plus. 21 in this game, he was a minus because he had 6 turnovers. Jason, he pulled back his turnovers. He had 3. But unlike a couple of years ago against the Warriors, they both would be turning over the ball a lot, to the point to where you're like, we're screwed. There they go, turning over the ball again. But Jalen didn't have he didn't have as strong as a game as he did the first one because of those turnovers, but he still was doing all right for himself. He was 1 for 5 from 3, so like I said, nobody's really hitting them. But hey, he showed up and he did hit all 4 of his free throws, so he made up for his free throws that he was missing beforehand in the first game. But like I said, the real star is Jrue Holiday. I mean, come on now, it's Jrue Holiday. I still go back to how we got Kristaps Porzingis, and you think that's a great trade that completes our team. Jrue Holiday is like, he's not just a champion. He showed up this night and showed everyone on the floor, this is how it's done. He's a guard, and he shot like 75% from the field. He had 26 points. He had a block. He had a steal. He had 3 assists and 11 rebounds. For a guard with 11 rebounds, he was exactly where he needed to be. There was tons of times where you would have Tatum and Jrue in action. Tatum's going to the basket. Drew's hovering around. And they would just they'd have Gafford like jumping up, and then Tatum would throw it around him to Jrue. Jrue would kind of go for it, pump fake, maybe kick it out. I mean, it was just easy, but the defensive plays were really great. Even, like I said, Luka did have those 8 turnovers. One of them we can't forget is the fact that he was just trying to pass. I think it was to Gafford or Lively. I'm not sure. White ended up catching it. Catching it. I think he passed it to Holiday. Holiday passed it to Horford. Horford passed it back to Holiday. Holiday hit the 3. And Holiday was just smiling in Luka's face like, yeah, I hit it, Crazy game. Definitely a crazy game. Closer. And even up until the fourth quarter, it was just like, it didn't feel like we were pulling away as much as we needed to from the Mavericks, because Luka was just continuing to score time and time again. Shout out to JT for stepping up defensively against Luka. He's not as much on his hip this time. He is definitely in front of him. He's trying to use his wingspan and his length to disrupt him. But I mean, Luka's Luka. He's just gonna hit the shot. So, like I said, a lot different of a recap, and maybe even faster of a recap than the last one, just because, like I said, this was a different game. Pritchard was only in for a couple of minutes, but he hit the biggest play of the night, which was right at the end of the third. We brought him in for I think there was 3 or 4 seconds left. He just comes up the court and just hits it in the from middle of half court off the backboard in. And I think that brought the score, if I'm correct. I'm not going to remember. I'm going to forget it. But I think that pushed us from like a 7 point lead to an 11. I could be wrong. Or not. 7 to 11, stupid. 7 to 10 point lead. I think that brought us to 10. Or maybe we had 8 and then that brought us to 11. But going into the fourth, all that momentum swung back to the Celtics. Like, yeah, they can pretty much put this away. And if it wasn't for those missed free throws, they won by 7. Like I said, the Mavericks missed so many free throws. I'm like, if you would have hit just a couple more free throws, we're going into overtime for sure. I don't think the Mavericks would have won this game if they would have hit all their free throws, because I still think the Celtics would have come up defensively. But I do think you're at least going into overtime. I think that that's what they were trying to do. But I said this before. I know a lot of people have said it online. The Mavericks needed to win this game. This was the worst offensive performance from the Celtics in a while. They couldn't hit the side of a backboard with from 3. It was so bad, but they left Dante Exum open on the Mavericks. He was turning the ball over. They left Derek Jones Jr. open for a 3. He completely airballed it. Mazzulla and the rest of the coaching staff pretty much said, Luka, get whatever the hell you want. We're going to stop everybody else. You can't beat all 5 of us 1-on-5. You can't. And I love that it's a team aspect. So, like I said, they're showing up very well. My prediction for Game 3 is I'm honestly going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say the Celtics are going to go up 3-0. I really do believe that Jason Tatum's game is coming any day now. I don't think he's going to score 30. Actually, F it. I'm going to say it. I think next game he's going to score like 30 to 35 points. I think Brown's going to show up and follow him and get 27 to 30. And I think Porzingis is going to show up as well. Speaking of Porzingis, he did get hurt in the second half. He looked like he was limping a little bit, but his post-game interview, he was like, hey, I'll die out there for Game 3. I already know. He's like, forget it. I've shown you all that I can play. And if I'm a little bit up and down right now, it doesn't matter. I'm going to show up for my team, so I respect that. So give it everything you got. But I just hope it's not like a KD situation. Like I said, don't pull it too hard. I feel like they can really play well with Horford still in the lineup doing what he needs to do. Keep bringing KP off the bench. But, I mean, like I said, I don't understand what's going on with Kyrie. I love Kyrie Irving as a player. He's just not showing up in this finals. And he was putting up the 5 to the fans as he was leaving, kind of indicating, like, we'll see you in Game 5. Hey, you keep playing like this, there ain't going to be no Game 5. I'll tell you that right now. There will not be a Game 5 at all. Adjustments for the Mavericks. A lot of people have been saying, I'm going to say it for you right now, you got to call up Hardaway, man. If Kyrie Irving is not showing up the way you need to, you need a point guard who's going to help Luka. And I think that Tim Hardaway Jr. can really help out Luka. He can get going, but you're not playing him at all. And I'm wondering why. Is it a mismatch thing? I mean, he's around the same height as Kyrie. He doesn't have the same package as Kyrie. We know that. But he can get hot, especially if he wants to get hot from 3. I just think that the Mavericks are a little bit in trouble. I know what everyone says. The series hasn't started until a road team wins on the opposing team's court. We know. Or until a team wins on the opposing team's court, whatever. Or a team wins on the road. But the Celtics are great on the road. You know, as much as everybody said they've been bad at home, they haven't lost the home game since Cleveland, and that was damn near a month ago. So I just really feel like they're going to walk into Dallas and they're going to put this thing away. The Mavericks are going to give every single thing they have. I expect Luka to have another 30-point triple-double. I expect Kyrie Irving to show the hell up and at least have 25 points. At least have 25 points. But I still think that's not going to be enough. I think Jason and Jalen are going to have a great game. I think that White and Drew, since they're not going to have to score as heavy, are going to really hone in defensively and even really do well, even better with their assists, and even go get those rebounds. But I just think it's due. Like, I think it's due for the Jays to have their game, and I think that this is the game they need to have it, because if they don't have it this game and they let the Mavericks win, they know that they cannot afford to go 2-2 going back to Boston at Game 5. Is that a possibility? Absolutely. Luka and Kyrie can take over for the next 2 games and completely blow the Celtics out of the water for the next 2 games. But there is something about the way that Celtics play Kyrie. They just disrupt him. They have thrown him off so badly to where I never thought he would play this bad. But just wanted to give you guys my quick thoughts on this. If I had to give a Finals MVP right now, it's tough. I mean, I understand why Tatum would still be able to get one, because he's damn near averaging a triple-double in the finals. At the end of the day, y'all, That's hard to do. That's very hard to do. To average a triple double in the finals. But I'm probably still gonna have to give it to Jalen so far, just because consistency wise, he's still done what he needed to do. Um, 12 points from Porzingis, like I said, plus 12, and he was able to get a couple of rebounds, and he got 2 blocks out there too. Great block he had. I believe it was on Gafford. I believe Gafford was going to go for the dunk, and he just had it. KP is so damn good. And then a great block by Jalen and Derek or Drew. No, I think it's Jalen and Drew that blocked it on Gafford. No, I think it was Washington at the end. I think it was PJ Washington at the end. Jalen did have his hand on Washington's back, so I probably would have thought that was going to be a foul. That probably would have brought the game to 2 points. But at the end of the day, I still think the Celtics would have held off. They just look like the better team. And I understand everybody who wants to think that, it is Luka 1v5, but I think Kyrie's going to show up. But anyways, these are my thoughts on game 2. As always, let me know what you guys think. Who do you think is going to win the whole thing? I'm going to get these out as quickly as I can to you guys, usually a day afterwards. I'm extremely excited for game 3. That is going to be unbelievable. But I just think that the Celtics, they know what they have to do. I think that Horford and Jalen, I think that they are the voices of the team, and I think they are definitely going to tell everybody else, we got to win this game, y'all. Like, if we can take that 3-0 lead, all they're going to be thinking about for the rest of the series is, damn, we got to go 7, we got to go 7. But if y'all drop this, then you give them a chance to think, wow, we can tie this up and potentially go to a game 5 in Boston and take that lead. The momentum is in the Celtics' hands. They've been playing the best they have played so far. Even when they aren't hitting the 3, I expect them to start hitting the 3 in Dallas. I think that they're going to come out swinging hard, hitting the 3. And if it's not working, I think Missoula's going to tighten them up early and go, let's try what we were doing the last game and try for those 3s later. But anyways, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like I said, let me know what you guys think. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Damn, I really am fucking that up. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys later on the Zays World channel.